Looking at the temple of Radhakanta, is just opposite the Shiva temples is the Radhakanta temple, just behind Mother's temple. Across the courtyard, the master simply looking at the Radhakanta temple, he has not even reached there. Looking at the temple, the master went into an ecstatic mood. Yam was a man full of emotion. Of course, he was a philosopher also. He studied Indian philosophy as well as Western philosophy. He was good in discussing philosophy. Along with that, he had a great heart. You see how he has noted that master's disability is there. Now, that Hriday was not there, who used to attend to master, to all the things, because master did not even remember how to put on his dhoti. When he started dancing and going into ecstasy, singing, etc., he would not even know the dhoti is coming down. It was Hriday who was sitting there, who used to take care of him. It was when he went into a Nirvikalpa Samadhi, 21 days, master could not come down to conscious plane. At that time, it was Hriday who used to beat him and open his mouth and put some juice or some fruit onto his mouth and close it. Said, eat, like that he would say. So the body is a very, very highly sattvic body of master. That body is very, very pure. Purity personified, we say. Sri Ramakrishna's body was 100% sattvic. There was no tamas or rajas element there. Such a purified, purest of the pure body. That body has to be kept intact, means how much Hriday was helping. And now Yam noted, see how Yam has noted this. Hriday is no more there. He has been dismissed by the temple authorities from the service, and he cannot stay anymore in the Dakshineshwar temple, and he has gone back to his place. Now, master is alone. He doesn't have any sevak. And without sevak, how much problem is there? That's why when Balaram's mother used to come to him, Balaram's mother is the sister of Premananda. His mother is the sister of Balaram Bose. So, due to that connection, she used to come to Dakshineshwar often. And one day, master is asking this lady, hey, you got 3 sons. The last son, you give him to me. I need him, said. Then she says, and she's a very good devotee. She's Krishna's devotee. And she says, oh master, you are asking my son for your service. I have no problem in giving this. But you must also give me something in exchange. Then I can give my son. Then he asks, what do you want? She says, at the time of my death, I should remember you. You should come and take me. You promised me that. Then I can give my son. And master promises that. And it happens exactly. Later, and she gives it her son, she tells her son, go and serve master. And he comes. And master says about this Premananda that this boy called Baburam, this boy full of sattva. So when he goes into samadhi, how does he come back from samadhi? Somebody has to tell some mantras in his ears. And that is how he used to teach Holy Mother also the same mantras. When Holy Mother stayed with him in the same room, at that time when she was just married, she was only 17-year-old girl, she has come to him to stay with him as his wife. And she finds in the midnight, she gets up and sees the master is sitting in samadhi and is unable to come back from samadhi. Then she gets afraid whether the body will be lost or not. Then she asked, I have got a fear. When you go into samadhi, I am afraid. Then she says, don't worry, I am teaching you this mantra. You repeat this mantra in my ear, I will come back to this normal state. So the same mantra he has told Baburam also. So Baburam used to do that. And he used to hold him also. When standing time, if he gets samadhi, then master may fall down. So who is going to hold him? So Baburam is to he used to stand there next to him and touch him. That touch of this boy will not disturb him. But anybody impure soul coming and touching means Sri Ramakrishna used to get the feeling of terrible sensation of irritation in his feet. If anybody has touched him, so it should not be represented in wrongly, Some people say no, because he was a Brahmin, he did not accept touching, pranam. In Bengal, of course, the eastern part of India, the custom of doing pranam is you go to a holy man, touch his feet, particularly touch the big toe. It is said like that. Why? The big toe of Lord Vishnu is the place from which Mother Ganga came out from the heavens. So when Ganga came onto this earth, Prithvi, how did she come out? She could not just come into the earth. She had to come through the body of Narayana. So Narayana's big toe, she took it as a way out and she comes out from there. And she was coming with such a great force. Who had to hold her? Then Shiva says, don't worry, I will hold Ganga on my jata. So he holds her. You know that Bhagirath, how Bhagirath came and he brought Ganga to this earth. That's a big story. So that Ganga comes through the big toe of Lord Vishnu. So it is said, the grace of great men come to you when you make pranam and touch the big toe. So that is the system followed in the Eastern India. Of course, in South, we don't touch the feet of the great man. We say the holy man should not be touched by us because we are not as much holy as they are. And our unholiness may infect them. So we should not disturb their mental status. Like that we think and we do not touch that. So these are different regional compulsions are there, you see. So you don't need to follow. Some people used to ask me in South Africa, Maharaj, we went to Belur and we stayed in the guest house and we met many Swamis and many devotees. And all the devotees touching the feet and making pranam. But here we don't touch you. So are we doing wrong thing? Seeing that they come and ask. I said, no, you are not doing anything wrong. This all depends upon the regional differences, of the conceptions that are there. So you don't need to follow exactly what Bengalis are doing. So a Tamilian need not follow that. In your Tamil place, what is your system? That you can follow. So if I see my mother, she is not touching the feet of any sadhu. She will do pranam from distance. So that you can keep it. So that is your tradition. You must keep it. I would resolve that issue like that. Otherwise, no, you can't impose one rule for everybody. And you see, in some places, for instance, in North India, there are also very Hindi-speaking people. They are very devoted people. They are fully emotional people and devoted people. And they will come and fall at your feet. But if you educated people, they are little shy of making pranams. So what they do, they just bend their body and take their hand as if they are going to touch your feet, but they will not go below your knees. Up to the knee level they come and they will say, particularly in Bihar, they will say, God, God lagi, like that they will say. So they touch like that. They won't even touch you, but they come, bring it like that. So that's a system. So if that is the system, or some places, they only say namaste. Put your two hands together, palms together, and say namaste. That's also okay. So we accept all types of greetings. So there is no problem for us. And if you don't say also, you just say with your head, turn your head this way. You just acknowledge that I am before you. That's enough for us. Mm-hmm. So you find that different systems of pranams are there. Now here he says that seeing the Radhakanta temple, Master has gone into ecstasy. This is something as wonderful. And what he is telling? See, from the beginning, in the gospel that we find, this harmony of religions, how it is coming forth and manifesting in so many places. This is the fourth visit of Yam to Dakshineswar. And there, he is sitting with Sri Ramakrishna on the steps of the Shiva temple, and he is listening to Sri Ramakrishna. Ramakrishna is not talking to M. To whom he is talking? He is talking to Mother Kali. That is what M is watching. He is telling, oh Mother, thou art everywhere and you are running this big universe. And he is telling, everyone is telling, my clock alone is true. And Ramakrishna, what he says? His own words, you see. My watch alone is right. The Christians, the Brahmos, the Hindus, the Muslims all say, my religion alone is true. But Mother, the fact is that nobody's watch is right. Who can understand truly thee? This is a remarkable statement that we get. Highest philosophy is bringing there. Who can understand the divinity in toto? Because it is infinite. You have got a mind which is finite. This finite mind cannot grasp the infinite. So, without understanding this limitation within us, we are telling, my watch alone is true. If you see 5 people having watch, 5 people's watch will show 5 types of time. Even 1 minute or a few seconds, there will be a difference. And each one will say, my time alone is right. That's why now we go for GMT. GMT is the alone. So everywhere you correlate with the GMT. What it is India, what is it? 5.5 hours. So difference from GMT. So you take the GMT as it. So GMT time alone is correct. Neither no other time is correct. So if you can grasp that, but with the infinite, the Divine Mother is the infinite, how can you say that she is available or she is present in this form only? You cannot say that. So he says, who can truly understand thee? But if a man prays to thee with a yearning heart, he can reach thee through thy grace by any path. There's a beautiful Tamil saying is there, Unadarulale untal vanangi. Said, I am bowing down to you, O Lord Shiva. I am bowing down to you. How I am bowing down to you? It is because of your grace that I am bowing down to you. With your grace, I am bowing down to you. With His grace that you have come to the ashram today. Not because you decided to come. If you think you have come on your own, it's wrong. By His grace, the grace has fallen on you. That's why we never care for the audience number, you see. Whether it is 5 or 2 or 50, it don't matter. Because if He wills, if His grace comes, then you come. So there is no type of lamentation on that. So he says, by her grace, you can understand. Oh Mother, show me sometime how the Christians pray to thee in their churches. Now this inquisitive, this concern, this wanting to know how the Christians pray in their church was a great thing. And he says, oh Mother, because I am a Brahmin Hindu and whether Christians will allow me in their churches, that doubt also comes to him. And he says, suppose they make a fuss. Oh, this Hindu has entered into this Christ's church. Oh, he should be taken out. Send him out, like that they may say. So he is afraid of that. So he says, suppose they don't allow me to enter the Kali temple again. That is that side, one side. And another side is here. When I come back to Kali temple, some of these Hindu priests are there. They will say, I will allow. Then what will happen? See, he is like a very childlike, Sri Ramakrishna feels like that. Well then, show me the Christian worship from the door of the church. At least if I cannot enter the church, let me stand at the door. Today, yesterday we went to a church. We went inside, we went to the chapel inside, and we saw the starting of their program. The liturgy was being sung, we saw that. We heard that standing there. And so nowadays you can enter the church. There was a time where anybody cannot enter the church. That was the time of Sri Ramakrishna's time. So he says, okay, and he's telling Mother Kali, let me stand at the outside the church door and let me know how they pray. How beautifully he puts it. And this happened to his own disciple Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda became a world-renowned monk and he returned to India. What a wonderful reception were given from Lanka onwards. From Colombo onwards up to Almora, he was given rousing reception. When he came to Calcutta, Calcutta also gave a rousing reception to Swamiji. And Swamiji was so happy, and he was nostalgic about the days when he was a young boy, how he used to go to Sri Ramakrishna in Dakshineswar temple. And there, he never believed in Mother Kali's existence. And there, Ramakrishna made a leela, made a drama by which Naren started believing in Mother. And Ramakrishna became so happy. Hey, my Naren started believing in Mother. He used to be ecstatic joy. So that place, Vivekananda wanted to go. And he went with all the disciples, with all the people. They have come. A group of people were following Vivekananda. And when he was about to enter the Dakshineswar temple, the priest came and stopped him. He said, "You are not allowed to enter." Stunned. Here in this temple, in those steps of Kali temple, Naren used to sit and he has attained Nirvikalpa Samadhi by the grace of Master. And in that very temple, today, he is not allowed. Though he is a monk, he was not allowed. Why? The Pandit said, because you have crossed the ocean, you are not eligible to enter the temple. Seven seas. You have crossed the ocean means you have become a mlecha. Mlecha you are. So you cannot enter back. That was the conservative estimates of this place. Today, also in some places we find foreigners not allowed, like that is written. But generally in Dakshineswar temple, everybody is allowed today. We all can go there. So, even Vivekananda, his own disciple, was not allowed to enter after 30 years, I'm telling. But think of those days, 30 years back, that is in Ramakrishna's time, how legible Ramakrishna's fear was. Even if I go to church and come back, whether these people will allow me. And if they don't allow me into the Kali temple, then I will lose my life. Kali is Mother, Kali is my life. Where I shall go. That simple child's faith, on Mother Kali and the fear of concern, that was a wonderful thing that our Master has depicted here. So with all this, we'll continue later, next week. Om Niranjanam Nityam Anantarupam Bhaktanukampadrita Vigraham Vai Ishavataram Parameshamidhyam Tam Ramakrishnam Shirasa Namamaha. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.